Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and this time I'm checking out Hamsters versus Hippos. Hamsters versus Hippos is from 10 Robot Games, from 1 to 6 players, ages 14 and up, which I'm assuming is because of some of the small components, because this is a game that very much geared towards a younger set, but that could change. And plays in about 15 to 30 minutes. Hamsters vs. Hippos was designed by James Freeman, along with James and Adam Staley, with illustrations from Cesar, Ayala, Delgado. Hamsters vs. Hippos is a push your luck, welcoming game, I feel, where players are trying to pick up lotus flowers to earn points and avoid the hippos. I'm not exactly sure how often hamsters and hippos meet. Maybe they do a lot. Maybe it's like this. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna open the box and we're gonna get into some hamsters versus hippos. So as I mentioned, hamsters versus hippos is a push your luck game where players will be controlling hamsters and moving around the swamp and trying to grab as many lotus flowers, these tokens represent those here, as they can to earn the most points over a series of rounds. Typically there's 4 rounds in a game. Solo works a little bit differently where you have, I believe, X number of turns, but there's a total of 4 hippo tiles that will be out there, and should you land on the hippo tile, you're done for that round. So what all these mean? These are the 6 different hamsters you control. And of course they would marry up nicely with, for the most part, with the hamster meeples, which are very nice actually. So you also have, I think, 52 tiles, 52 lily pad tiles, and there's 68 of these tokens. The pink ones are worth 1 point, and the purple ones are worth 3 points. In a 2 to 4 player game, you'll have a grid of 5 by 5 tiles of these tiles for players to traverse on. In a 5 to 6 player game, you would have a 7 by 7 grid of tiles. So what all these different tiles mean? This one means you can move 1 lotus token from an adjacent card to another. These are the cards. Lotus tokens that you've earned permanently, meaning you've gathered them and have them at the end of the round, will go onto your board. Prior to the end of a round, they will kind of be around your board, because what you've amassed is push your luck. What you've amassed could go away. You got to be careful. This one means you've fallen into the water, and normally you have 2 actions in each turn. So if you reveal this on your first action, your turn is pretty much over. If you reveal it on your second action, then your turn is also over. Like, you don't really get to do anything. This one here means that you get to collect 2 lotus flowers. This one means nothing happens. This one means that a lotus flower that you've recently obtained but haven't fully obtained, because at the end of a round will go back into the supply. This one lets you peek under an adjacent lily pad tile, and this one means that you have to move 2 spaces away. And I believe there's one in here that lets you, yeah, I did forget one. There's one that lets you get 1. So in a multiplayer game, you would start off with 2 hippos in the 25 that are going to make up the swamp area, the pond, whichever. And for the second round, you'd have a third round, you'd have a 4th hippo, and the 4th round, you'd have still the 4th hippo. So I'm gonna do a quick setup for a 2-player game and run you through a couple of turns, kind of show you how it plays. It's important to explain that when you're gathering the lotuses, they're not really yours. They don't go onto your player board until you leave the pond or the round ends. Leaving the pond essentially means is you moving off of the pond. And once you're off of it, you're off. You can't really come back on. When you first start moving, you can move onto the pond. And then if you want to take what you've amassed and really keep it, you have to move off of the pond. If on your first turn, or maybe even your first action, you happen to reveal a hippo, like your first turn, you haven't really done anything, you reveal a hippo, because when you reveal a hippo, you're done for that round. The other player or players can continue to play, but you're finished. You're able to take 3 of these. It's sort of a consolation prize because it's a way of to sort of keep you somewhat competitive, because that's, that actually did happen to me when I was playing with my youngest daughter. In multiple rounds, I somehow ended up just always seeming to find the hippo. And you also put 1 lotus on the center 9, and you do a similar thing for the center 9 when you're playing in a 7x7 as well. You're able to move your hamster orthogonally and diagonally, but you cannot move to a space that already has been flipped over. So just to bear that in mind. So I'm going to start off on the left side here, and these are just the remaining tiles. So the brown hamster is gonna start off, and let's go. So move into the pond, and they're going to reveal. They revealed a lotus on the lily pad. Isn't that nice? And then if they come in here, moving for their second action, they can take this one for landing on that tile, and then flip it over, and you can see that they got unfortunately they got the one we get to get rid of a lotus, but that's okay. So the black hamster is going to come in here and reveal here, and look at that. This would happen to be. So they revealed the hippo, like legit. Like I did not know the hippo was there. So they're going to get 3. So they're just going to take one of these. These are worth 3. They probably look kind of similar. They're like purple, so they can see that they are. That hamster is done. They got eaten by the hippo, but at least they got 3 points. So 1 is revealed. So it is a push your luck thing. So the brown hamster is still going to run around and see what they can get. So they're going to come over here and take that one, and then get another one. I should also mention that once a second hippo is revealed, everyone else, every other hamster in the pond is done. So that's important to remember. And also you have to move off of, move out of the pond. You can't just say, hey, I'm out of the pond. You have to take an action, and then on the subsequent turn, So I'm not sure how the rating really, how the recommended age rating really affects things. I'm assuming it's because of the size, some of the components, because this is definitely a game for kids or for anyone, but definitely gearing towards more of a younger set to play. So it's a fun push your luck game. I like the components. I like the art. It looks nice on the table. Plays really easily, and it's something that kind of anybody could to some degree could get into. So this is Hamsters versus Hippos. As I said, there's a solo mode where you would be controlling 4 hamsters, but the rules are a little bit different where you can't land. Well, it's similar into the multiplayer where you can't land in the same space. You have to be a space away, which sort of forces you to really spread out, thus increasing the odds of stumbling upon some of the hippos. So, and the solo mode is fun. So I have played it a couple of times and enjoyed it. So that is Hamsters versus Hippos from 10 Robot Games. I believe it's coming to a Kickstarter campaign near you. That link will be in the description. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like, thumbs up, share, all that good stuff. Leave a comment. I don't get a lot of comments, but leave something. That would be nice. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching. Take care. Stay safe. And be blessed.